Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual personality you. Today, I would like to speak about when we elaborate our own inner thinking, feeling, and will impulses, our own inner person, one could say. For when I look at you and you look at me, we see our physical being, but we also see we do change our based on how we talk and so on, we change our facial expressions. Those micro expressions or expressions otherwise that comes through language, well, it does expose a whole lot. Body language too. And also our interests. It affects our behavior a whole lot. When we hold to certain values and morals without being dogmatic or condemning or, more or less being we have more than enough fire and brimstone in the world. We don't need that. What we need is understanding, compassion, and warmth. A certain amount of comprehension and understanding towards each other. Empathy. Of course, that is for us to. We need to learn about ourselves and our own inner being in relation to the world for us to find out what, well, truly is healthy for a human being. And that is fully possible. And it is also fully possible to come into a certain amount of inner stability and harmony with our own being. But it requires us to practice, like with the alphabet. I always use the alphabet as the example because it's the perfect example. We have done the alphabet for so many years that it has become autonomous. It has become a soul faculty of ours. So when we read something, we can more or less see what the word is because it has been done so many times. It is the same with spiritual science, esoteric practices, and spiritual development in general. It is all about dedicating oneself and immersing oneself in these topics and so on. We have our own inner being is kind of a second person. When you come to know yourself and you come into that second person, instead of you being your thoughts, you being your feelings, you being your will, which you kind of are, but at the same time not, because these are also beings. The more you either allow or deny certain thoughts, feelings, and will impulses. There are certain thoughts and feelings that are, and will, that are healthy for us, and there are impulses that are unhealthy for us. Anything destructive, anything that has to do with a passion of a negative kind, that means you directing your intention as, disdain, anger, hatred. These, of course, they are pinpointers towards, well, it is trying to tell you something. It's on why, though. It is about going in and finding out why. So when we can come to know who, what, and how we operate from day to day, the more you can participate and have a little say in it. Of course, we do connect ourselves to the higher worlds, so they are guiding and helping and inspiring us. We need that guidance, for they know where we're going. We are not fully 100% conscious of it yet, for that is not the purpose yet. We have to focus on building certain qualities now before we can get to know certain aspects of the future. We are kind of earning that right to know, but we will only know when we are ready for it. And the higher worlds deem us ready or not ready based on our development and our consistency and progress. By trusting the higher world, the more and more they will come and assist us. For it is about that trust and that love for the higher world is kind of what they are, and they connect through that feeling. And when you come to get into your own inner being, you are more and more cooperating and communicating with them through your feelings, through your gratitude, through your devotion and reverence to them. And they in return are meeting you with their love and their gratitude. And it is such an amazing cooperation between soul spiritual beings and physical beings with souls and spirits, for that is what we are. And when this physical vessel falls away, we just go into another existence, for we do not disappear. It is such a strange concept that if you cannot wrap your head around it, it is not reality. I can tell you that immediately. For if it is reality, we have all of the tools, and if we are not ready for it yet, it will be in not too long as we dedicate ourselves. For we need to understand and realize this is not our limitation. This is not the limits of the human being. That is laziness. Today we have a lot of, what should we say, latent seeds and qualities that we human beings need to unfold consciously. And it might take a lifetime or two, but it is about the patience and knowing that it is all worth it in the end. It is difficult to explain it, but you will come to understand it yourself once you have reached that stage. That the love for the work itself is the reward, kind of. So, and of course graces constantly comes in, and so that they are encouraging us to keep going. That is why they give us gifts, or we borrow faculties and qualities from the future so that we can keep on going. For if we only lived in karma and in the minus, in the debt zone, we would constantly be paying debt, and there would be no joy, there would be nothing to hold on to. But since they give us the graces, the blessings to keep on going, we should be grateful for them and never gloat about them, never brag about them, for it's not something we ourselves gave to ourselves. It's the higher world. It's okay, we did, but it is our future self that gives to us now, so we could become the future self, in a sense. It's the best way of describing it. So being grateful for what we have also counteracts any feeling of lack, any fear of lack, any feeling of not having enough. For being grateful is something we need to sustain every day, something we maintain and hold ourselves to as a responsibility, but also as a joy. For being grateful, the feeling of gratitude in itself is love. Gratitude is love. And the more we come into that love, the more we can be grateful for more than just God and Christ and the higher worlds, but also any human being you meet, any situations you experience, for you learn and grow and pay karma, and also help heal the world, for your intentions is such, unless of course your intentions are dissonant to what you yourself say you're doing. But it is about holding oneself. Our word is our law. So if we say we're doing something, we're going to do something. If we don't want to do something, we won't do it. That is what true freedom is. For that is what we have. We have moral freedom. We have freedom to hold values, to hold ourselves strong to certain standards and to certain life choices and qualities, more or less. Of course, we don't have freedom to not eat or not sleep or not go to the toilet, for these are necessities that this physical vessel needs. But our morals are very in freedom. That is where our freedom truly lies. And from there, our actions and feelings also follows in the end. So the more we immerse ourselves in these things, the more we change our disposition and being. Like we do with the alphabet. It became a second nature to us. Same with our qualities and such. But we need to daily dedicate ourselves to this shaping of our being. And that is what I will leave you with today. Thank you so much for listening to me, you beautiful, beautiful human being, you. May you be provided for, protected, guided, blessed, and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, Angel Masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation, and may you be provided for with all that you need to survive, live, thrive, being creative and inspirational and healing to the world so others can choose to follow when the time is right. And may you be safe and sound. Thank you so much. Love you. See you. Goodbye.